In late 1805, Napoleon's armies had battled across Europe, and now faced off against both the Russian and Holy Roman Empire's armies. Having already taken Vienna, the French army was exhausted, but they still had to face a combined force of two of its largest enemies in a Czech town called Austerlitz. Europe had been at war with France since the French Revolution in 1792. Napoleon seized power in 1799, leading France to victory by 1802. Just 3 years later, an alliance of Britain and Russia was formed against France, known as the Third Coalition. Shortly thereafter, the Holy Roman Empire and Austria joined. During the War of the Third Coalition, France had made significant gains against Austria. The Austrian army, led by Holy Roman Emperor Francis II, managed to hold off until the Russian army, led by Emperor Alexander I, came to reinforce them. This face-off between Emperors Napoleon, Francis II, and Alexander I gave the battle its alternate name, the Battle of the Three Emperors. As I previously mentioned, the French were exhausted after taking Vienna, so their army was weaker than Napoleon had hoped. He used this to his advantage, overplaying their weakness to the Austrians. He purposefully made the right flank weaker so as to lure the attacking Austrians into a trap. Even so, Napoleon expected to be defeated, as he had 70,000 or so men against 85 to 95,000. At 8 a.m. on December 2nd, 1805, the coalition forces attacked. The coalition had poor timing with their attacks, spacing them just right for the French to successfully defend. Soon enough, the coalition fell into Napoleon's trap and attacked his right flank. The Russian general Kutuzov was no idiot, so he didn't give up the strategic Pratzen Heights like Napoleon had hoped. Alexander I, on the other hand, was an idiot. He commanded the Russian troops to press the attack, leaving the heights wide open and dooming the coalition. By 8:45, the coalition was sufficiently weakened. Napoleon launched his counterattack just 15 minutes later. French troops surprised the coalition, attacking through a thick layer of fog. In a final attempt, the coalition sent a desperate attack from the south. Although they defeated a fair number of French columns, they were forced to retreat. The coalition went into complete chaos when the commander of the left flank, who was totally drunk, retreated. As they retreated, French artillery struck the ice they were on, drowning soldiers and sinking Russian artillery. Napoleon had somehow managed to pull off a victory, and it would be his finest. The coalition lost 38% of the forces in the one battle, while the French lost 13%. France rejoiced in this much-needed victory, as it had been previously near collapse. Upon hearing about Austerlitz, the British Prime Minister William Pitt famously said of the map of Europe, "Roll up that map. It will not be wanted these 10 years." Austria and the Holy Roman Empire, both led by the same emperor, signed a peace treaty with Napoleon on December 4th, effectively dissolving the latter, which had lasted since the 9th century. Out of his fallen enemy, Napoleon created the Confederation of the Rhine. Even for a general as successful as Napoleon, Austerlitz seemed an impossible victory. Nonetheless, due to his superior tactics and the shortcomings of the Russian Tsar, Napoleon won the battle. Somehow, he managed to defeat two of the largest armies opposing him at the same time. Today, the Battle of Austerlitz is often regarded as Napoleon Bonaparte's greatest victory. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Matthew, and I hope I'll see you next time.
Goodbye, goodbye, wet a tear, baby dear, from your eye. Though it's hard to part, I know, I feel sick of the death to go. Don't cry, don't die, there's a silver lining in the sky. Bonsoir, old King, cheerio, chin chin, na boo